Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, C-E-R-I the Crafter, and guess what? It's week 4. So let's see what we're going to do on this one. So let's pull this over and have a look at the prompts as I normally do. Let's lift them up to the camera so you can have a quick look. There you go. So, right, let's just show you, I did a bit of a dig around in my scrap box, my craft room, just to see exactly what I have. So numbers. Okay, I had a couple of options for numbers. Now, a few years ago, I was working on some tags, and these were ones I never actually used, and ironically, they're covered in numbers. So I thought, might use those. If not, I've got some ink here, and I've got this stamp that I sometimes use. Does frustrate me because no matter how good I am, I can't line all the numbers up. You know, maybe random is okay sometimes. If not, I do have one of these, and this has got numbers in it, so I could put individual numbers there. I think I might have got this on Amazon or eBay a while ago, but I couldn't guarantee that I know exactly where I got it from. Next, graph paper or lined paper. That's a no-brainer. Everyone's got lined paper, and I've got it in coffee dyed. I've got it stamped lines. I've got graph there. I've got, technically that's lines, so is that. Music stave is made of lines, so I thought, right, okay, we might use that as well. Something from there, you never know. Let's put that to one side. What was the next one? An art scrap. Well, that was just a gift, wasn't it? If anyone's got an art scrap, it's me. So, let's leave that one to one side for a second. So these were just things I was playing around with when I was using my jelly print. Some of these are, it's funny, that colour's come up again. Some textural things. Don't know whether I'm going to use them or not. These were a couple of test prints for tag backgrounds that I was making for my Etsy store. They are there, the real ones now are on there. These were just tests, and I can take pieces out of those. And then these, I thought I could use these instead of washi this time. These are some of my decorative trims that I've got as a digital download. And as you can see, there's lots and lots in there. And I created them all, and they're all my own art. So I have the right to use them and claim them as my own because they are. So we'll see. I'm not sure. As always, I don't have a plan for this. It will just evolve. What else is it? Art scrap, a book portion, or a book page or a portion. So now we've all got book pages. I thought it was quite ironic. I opened the box and this said chapter 4, and we're in week 4. So for some reason, I really feel that I want to use that piece. I did pull out some stuff. I thought that was interesting. I tended to be pulled towards florals. Don't know why I pulled out the bees. And just regular book page, so there's no lack of book page here. We're fine for book page. An old sticky note. Now this one really threw me. For me, a sticky note is a temporary way of keeping an idea. When I've done it or utilised it, I throw it away. So I hunted high and low, and the only sticky note I found was this little thing in the back of one of my art journals, and I was working on creating a new stencil for myself. I don't know whether it qualifies, but it's old and it's a sticky note, so in my mind it qualifies. It needs to go in there. And the last thing is an instruction. So I have this from a really old book. It was about cake decorating and design, and as you know, I'm a cake decorator and designer as well. This was a recipe, that's the instructions, and that's how to portion up a cake. So I think that's more than correct, and I can use that. So I think that's it. So, right, normal equipment, glue stick, tear ruler, scissors, glue book, all of the equipment. I think we need to just get on with it. So let's put this on to 30 minutes. And let's hope I can get through this. I seem to be cutting it a bit fine lately, and sometimes I'm cheating and I'm turning it off and I tweak it just a little bit more. But you know what? I'm the one who set the rules, so I'm okay about that. So I have no idea what I want to do on here as far as a plan goes. So I'm thinking, what will be a background? I'm thinking this lot's probably going to be more background than anything. So let's push the book over slightly, because as I said, I think that if I put it to this line, you can still see it, and I'll periodically pull it back in again as I do. Now, I'm wondering whether I want to stay with a neutral background and put colours and an accent So I might do actually. So let's just lay a few pieces out. That's a bit of a nice juicy bit there. Actually, I'll put that down there. That will cover that. I might put a strip down the side later. I don't want it that dark, so let's put that bit up there. Let's look at something that's slightly different line-wise. Graph paper. I do want a bit of graph paper, but this piece just feels a little bit too big for me. I just want to put that in. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I do collage, I normally start in the corners. Even if I'm doing like an inspirational board, I tend to get the corners sorted out before I do anything else. And I think that's because the corners worry me because they're straight angles. And I'm like, oh, I'll never get it right. So I don't know. It's me just being me. So needless to say, still having internet problems. I still don't think you've seen any of these. They have promised me that within a couple of days it'll all be resolved. So I think what's going to happen is when it comes time to actually get things uploaded and YouTube will let me upload, I'm going to upload them one a day. So I think it'd be unfair just to upload them all in one go. But I thought if I do maybe the introduction on a Monday and then week 1 on a Tuesday, week 2 on a, you know what I mean? And then when I've caught up to where I am with the rest of the world, then I will go ahead and just post them the week that I do them. And hopefully that way we'll be able to get to chat. I'll get to see your comments. I'll put this bit to the side. I'm thinking that's kind of okay for that. I don't mind a bit of this. I'm thinking, do I need some colour in here? And I think I do. Just a little bit of colour in here. This is a 6x6 cardstock. Well, I call it cardstock, but it's thicker than paper, but I don't know that I would actually call it cardstock. But says he who just called it cardstock. So let's put that in there. I like that. Do I want another piece? Because we know that I like doing 3s. I'm wondering whether I'll take that piece out. Actually put this piece down there. If that's there, will it be about there? Right, I think I'm getting to the stage where I possibly need to stick a few things down now. Let's put a nice grungy piece in there. So we know we're going to build and layer, and this is just the foundation course from what I'm looking at. That needs a bit of something. I'm really leaning towards this, although I'm a bit hesitant because to me that screams Christmas, and this isn't a Christmas spread. Also, I keep forgetting I've got an instruction, so let's rethink this slightly. Let's take the edges off here. I like this table, or well, it's a recipe. I like the layout of that. It might become almost a whole page the way I'm going. These are great strips, by the way, guys. If you ever have strips of coffee dyed like this, you can stamp words on them and then use them as your own labels. So I love doing that. In fact, I don't do it enough. I've got lots of strips. I haven't got round to actually utilising them all into words yet. So let's put that and that to one side. So I do like this. I'm going to tear this like this. And I'm going to rethink everything, but then that's my right. If I put that one up there, that's far more interesting to me. I'm liking that. I'm not liking that bit there though. I like that. Do I like that? Let's put that one down there instead. Let's change our mind for the second time and put that by there. Okay, I'm liking that better. I'm a bit hesitant about these. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take all of these off and put those down because I'm really happy with those. But everything else, I'm a bit ponderous. Is ponderous a word? I think ponderous is a word. So I hope you're all doing okay. It's winter still, obviously. It's absolutely raining like crazy outside my window here. I'm surprised you can't hear it. So if you can, I apologise. If you can't, well, it's just a nice pleasant noise in the background. So there you go. Let's put that one down there. And let's fold this over because I know that I've got a pile of glue on that already. as I say in every video, don't think I'm throwing these away. I use them in future projects. I'll turn them into tags, I'll do them into pockets or corners. Sometimes I'll back things onto them. I'll even use them in future collage. So it depends on what I'm feeling like at the time, to be honest. So let's put you up in that corner. Come here, yeah. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. The year is ticking on already, which is, it's a little bit odd for me. I think it's because most of us, not most of us, all of us put 2020 on hold, and we've now entered 2021, and we're still kind of on hold, but we want to start believing we're moving forward, but I'm not sure that I 100% believe that. Well, I do, because I mean, lots of people I know now have had the vaccine. We are finding ways of moving forward. I mean, we're in complete and total lockdown here in Cardiff, which is where I live. I'm hoping that's going to alleviate soon. Because to be honest with you, oh, that was about the perfect size, isn't it? To be honest with you, I know it's really, really mediocre in the picture of the bigger world. I need to buy some clothes. I've got TV shows coming up in February. I do TV shows for Create and Craft TV. I'm one of the demonstrators. I go on there and I do, I'm an ambassador for Katie Sue Designs Flower Pro, and I'm also an ambassador for Katie Sue, which is a company here in Britain that, well, they're international, but they're a company based here in Britain, and they create silicone-based molds for food and craft work. I designed for them, I licensed my name to them so that they can take my designs to another level. I do their TV shows for them when it's a genre that I'm happy to work within. So yes, I do that, and I've got 2 TV shows in February, and I've got a live, what do you call it? A live workshop. Create and Craft have a YouTube channel called Craftopia, which they run from the same TV studio. And what they do is they run workshops on it. Actually, I want it that way around. They run workshops on it that are paid workshops. You can't just watch it and join the group. You need to actually pay a subscription. But at the end of the day, they're a business and they need to stay in business. So I need to get rid of that. So I'm doing a workshop for them, and then about 3 days later I'm launching 2 new molds, might be 3 new molds. I haven't seen the product list at the moment for that, for Flower Pro, which is the other part of Katie Sue that I support, and I make flowers and floral stuff out of air drying clay. There are pictures. If you went to my Pinterest account, you would actually see some of the design work I do for that. So, right, okay, I'm getting distracted and just chatting. I just need to look at this now. Okay, I'm really liking the way this is going. I've already got my instruction. I've already got lined paper. I'm going to call that graph as well, because, you know, it's cubes, squares, pieces. I did want to use this. I'm hesitant about the bees. The bees are calling to me, but I don't know why they're calling to me. And they are quite a large image. Put that on back burner. I know I want to use that. Do I want to use any of this? I quite liked this. This really called to me when I first saw it. So let's see. Actually, it's sitting there. It's quite nice. Let's tear it down and see how it sits within the bigger picture. It's weird. I think I've mentioned it before. I'm guilty of being a workaholic. I don't take holidays. I mean, it's not good. I don't have a great work-life balance, but I am addressing that and I'm trying to sort it out for myself. But I find it very interesting, the amount of people who are absolutely mourning the fact that they cannot go on holiday this year, or they're restricted by their travel. I mean, I'm a bit upset by it because obviously travel is the way I earn my money, by traveling around the world. But I do think it's slightly peculiar that these people are so, I don't know, they're just really, really uptight about it. I mean, good grief. I would ask myself, what's more important, getting a nice tan or staying alive? You're not getting me on a plane, I can tell you, until all of this is very, very safe, or there's a safe way to do it. I mean, I used to do, gosh, 5 or 6 international flights per year. Plus I used to do local flights and trips to Europe, because I used to teach throughout Holland and Germany and Italy and Spain. And so, I mean, I did travel a lot, but then that was my business. I mean, and it was a wonderful business, and I do miss it. But you know what? It's all about health now. And I'm like, okay, we just need to look after ourselves a bit more. So let's see. Coming back to this. Sorry, I don't mean to get into a lecturing mode. That's not what I'm about at all. I just, for some reason, I just went off in a tangent there. I haven't had a chance to actually see too many people doing their collage work since last week, purely because I've been really up to my eyeballs working myself. So I know that I've subscribed to the people I normally watch, so I can just jump on when time allows and actually watch it. The downside of that is, of course, is I can't interact and leave comments so they can see it in real time. But never mind, that's totally fine with me. Right, okay, so where are we at with this? Numbers still need to go on there. I'm quite happy about that, because I know numbers are an element, although we do have numbers here anyway. Graph paper or lined paper, I've got lined and I've got graph. Art scrap, that's going to be an uppermost layer for me. Book page, I've got a book page. Old sticky note and instructions. Instructions, arguably those are from the instructions, I'll put them on. The old sticky note. Now, I've got a feeling I'm going to put this sticky note on, and then in the course of time it's just going to disappear into the background and be covered up, because it's not what I class as aesthetically, I can't say that word, aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but I'm willing to play along. So it's part of the criteria, and as I said, I wanted to make sure that I used every prompt because I've got a bigger spread to work on. So right, where are we up to? So I've got book page for sticky note, instructions, right. Now I'm wondering whether I now want to go in and put something of interest in here. I don't mind that actually. Let's play around with this for an idea. Let's tear down the side. And is that too big for there? It's not really too big, I think. Okay, let's see if I can fussy tear this so that it actually looks pleasing when I finish ripping the heck out of it. So I sometimes do like fussy tearing, and then other times I'm like, why did I do it? Actually, if I take that one flower off there, I might be a little happier with it. I think what was putting me off is it was just so big. That's better. I don't mind that. Oh, look, funny that. I've just covered up the post-it note. But you know what? We all know the post-it note is there. I'm just going to bend the rules ever so slightly and get rid of the post-it note. So let's pop that down there. Now, do I want something behind this before I put this on here? I think I need something in here. There seems to be a great lack of colour on this page. And there's going to be colour on this page, I know, because I'm going to put it on in a bit. I'm wondering whether... That's very vibrant, isn't it? I am hanging back to this. I think I need to use this. I really do. Let's see if I can tear it down slightly so I've not got all these perfect straight edges. And I'm going to have to probably tear it into two, because I can't just have one random piece on the page. I'm going to have more than one piece of it on this page. Just because it'll really mess with my mind if there's just this one oddment. And then what'll I do? I'll go in and cover it up because I don't like it. So, right. So I'm thinking now that this isn't Christmas. I'm trying to make it in my mind into something that's maybe more garden themed. So let's put a piece of that on there. It's a bit heavier, so a bit of glue stick will work. I like it contradicting those horizontal lines. This piece needs to come somewhere where it's going to be seen, not that close to it though. it needs to be on this page. So actually that'll do, right by there. So it's very good having these prompts and having a timer. The timer specifically for me because, as you've all known, because you've already watched a few already, I can dither and dot around and not know what I want to do, and then before I know it, I've gone over time and I've procrastinated, and so feeling the pressure is a little stressful, but actually feeling the pressure is nice as well. So let's have a look at some of these. Now this, ironically, pulls that colour in beautifully. And I don't mind some of these as a little bit of an accent piece. I will more not using this colour, but I've used it enough. So let's step away from that. Let's see where I want to put a few strips of this. Let's cut this down. This is a prime example of never throw your scraps away. Because when I'm jelly printing, I do tend to have wads and wads of paper near me. What I tend to do when I'm jelly printing is I will buy reasonably inexpensive copy of paper from my local grocery store, and I'll have a whole bundle next to me, and when I'm cleaning off my brayer or I'm clearing off my jelly plate, I will actually then use it for that. And what it does, it gives me all these beautiful pieces, and sadly to say, sometimes the pieces I create as clean off are actually more interesting than the pieces I create in the first place. So, but we won't tell anyone that, okay? So I'm liking that, and if I put that there, that pleases me. Right, I'm liking this for over here as well. I don't want it to be too dominant. I do want to give a bit of a nod to it being on the page, but I don't want it to overpower. My gut is telling me down there as well. Is that going to be too much, do you think? Or maybe a little bit down there, because I might put... Actually, no, I do want a piece there, because I'm going to put washi up the side of this, I've got a feeling. Not washi, my strips, but I actually want a little bit of this colour in there as well. I think I've got one of my decorative trims that is this colour. In fact, it might even have been generated when I was generating this. So let's put those down. What shall I think about that for a second? No, I'm happy to put those down. I haven't forgot my flower. So have I got a clean book page? Probably not. So there you go. Let's see what's coming towards us. Valentine's Day. Well, as a single person, I have never loved Valentine's Day. It's, I don't know, there's part of me that really would love to love the fact that, yes, it's for young love, and it's appreciation of loved ones, not necessarily your partners, but just the sharing of love. But I have this thing, I can't get past the fact that, to me, it just smacks of commercial exploitation, to be honest. I'm thinking, yeah, you know that bunch of roses you bought for £2 last week? Well, they're going to be £5 when it comes to Valentine's Day. So it's that sort of thing that really annoys me, not the event itself, I don't think. It's that. And yes, I can be a bit bitter and twisted. I don't think I've ever been in a relationship on Valentine's Day. And to be honest, I'm not even sure I've ever received a Valentine's Day card. I might have done once, but I apologise to the person who sent it, because you know what, it didn't stick in my brain. And I don't know. So enough of poor me, that's fine. We're not trying to make a point there, other than that's the next thing coming up, and then it won't be long till after that we then bump ourselves straight into Easter. So I'm liking these because I think this page needs a little bit of colour in it, and I think these are subdued enough. This was actually part of, I can't speak again, this was part of a collage tag background that I made, and these worked out to be too pale, and then when I actually made the real one, I made the colours a little more intense. So if you ever create a digital, you'll find that you do tend to do lots and lots of test prints. But you know what? I would rather do the test prints and get it right, and have the person who buys the digital really, really enjoy it than make a mediocre digital and not test it enough, and then that person is disappointed. So I love my art, and I hope some other people love my art too. So that's not bad. I don't want that much in there. So let's just take that off there. Okay, I can deal with that. That's fine. I don't really want the butterfly in it. And goodness knows I normally reach for a butterfly, don't I? Let's take that off there. So how do I make my digitals? Basically, I make my digitals physically. Like, I paint them, I use real lace, I use real stencils, some of which I actually make myself. I use jelly printing, I use stamping, I use lots and lots of different techniques. And then when I'm happy with it, what I'll do is I will then scan it in. I will then adjust the colours, because sometimes the scanning process doesn't always give me what I'm looking for. I'm dithering again, aren't I? I'm thinking of moving that one out of there. I don't want this to be too dominant. Let's put you in there. This is getting there. I'm just unsure. There's something about it I don't like, and I don't know what it is yet. I don't mind that there. I feel maybe I just need a little sliver of this somewhere. Top right hand corner maybe. Sorry, top left hand. Actually just there where there's a space in the text. I think that will do. I want to cover up those little bits, and then we're going to look at what I've called the upper layers. I don't know what I want to put in there. I've got this bit that was part of the book. Actually, that would do. Let's just tear that down there. Or tear it in half as you do, but never mind. When it's glued on, no one's going to see the tear. And you know what, if they do, it's vintaged. I've antiqued that bit. So let's put it on there. So one thing I do worry about slightly with everything that's going on too is kids and their schooling and their exams. Good grief. I know when I went to school a very, 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 very long time ago, and we're talking 45 years ago, I left school, something like that. I couldn't have afforded to have lost as much time as they've lost to get my exams done. I would have crashed and burned. I mean, and I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't actually understand what the kids learn nowadays. I mean, there's a level of mathematics, English and grammar, and that I just look at them. I mean, I've got friends of mine have got, how old are they? I want to say it's a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old maybe, something like that. And I look at these children and I'm like, who are you? How can you use a computer at that age better than I can use one now? And also I look at their math homework and their English homework and I'm like, I couldn't teach a child that. I couldn't help my child with that. Not that I have a child, but how did they do it? How do you homeschool someone where basically what they're learning is more advanced than what you learned a long time ago? Right, I'm still humming and hawing about this. I do like that, and I think I'm just going to put it down there because it keeps calling to me. Then I think I need to come in and put in the numbers, check what prompts that I've actually used or not used. Let's put I don't know, that just appeals to me. I like that there. I've still got that hole there, not sure what to do with it. Things like this just feel too light to me. This page has sort of taken on a life of its own and become quite dark. That'll do. Right, let's just trim off the bottom edge of that so we don't have too much of a blank space. Although I'm going to leave a little bit along the bottom edge there because I might be able to stamp the number onto it. There you go. Let's slip that in there and move it up slightly because I spent all that time dithering about whether to put that in. I don't want to cover that up. I'm not worried about that because I know it's going to get done. What else is on here? I'm wondering whether I should try and use this other flower in some way, somewhere. Just because it's at the same style. Take that a little bit out of there. It's at the same style, same ink work, and it might just be a nice nod to the opposite page. See, the trouble when you've been using a glue stick for a while, your fingers are stickier than the glue stickers, so I'm sticking to the page more than anything else. I'm thinking I want to put it somewhere. That might work for me. Let's put that in there. So I think I will put that just so it's nudging on the 4. That's nudging on the 4. Right, let's have a quick look at the, oh actually let's get the numbers in because I know I'm already missing the numbers. I think I'm just going to go in with stamping, and I think I'm going to use sepia, and I've just turned these numbers to whatever I want them to be. I don't even know which way up they are, so I'm just going to stamp in bits of numbers around here. Anywhere I see a space where I think I could put a row of numbers. Isn't it funny how numbers and texts, I can't say that word either today, change the appearance of things. Do I want more on there? I think I want a little bit across there. Well, I've got a feeling that I might get covered up slightly. And I'm looking here, somewhere across there, maybe just, that's too close to there. Let's do one right by there. I think that's enough. Just stamp off my stamp so that all the ink is out of it. Okay, so where are we up to? So we've got numbers, got graph paper, got line paper, art scrap, book page, portion, all stickers, instructions. Everything is on there. Now what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of my trims to it because I really want to use them because I love my trims. We're way within time, so I'm just going to turn my timer off because, to be honest, I know we've done it. So this is just playing around with the end results now. So let me just pull these in here so you can actually see what I'm looking at. So I'm seeing pink here and I'm wondering whether to try and pull a pop of pink in. That's too much. Oh, that's not bad. Let's leave that one hanging around. Now all I did, guys, is I've got these trims on my Etsy store and I just print them on sheets of one-page sticky labels, sorry, and I quite like that as well. And then all I do is I just tear off what I need, where I need it, and how I need it. I think I like that better than that. That's feeling too dramatic to me. I don't know why I've suddenly decided this is quite a vintage page. So I'm trying to dig out these little bits. I've got this on it. There's a large amount. I mean, I can't even tell you how many strips are in here. This is every single one of the kits. I think there's got to be 5 or 6 kits. And I've just done them all. And they're great. When I do my journaling, I just pull out a strip occasionally. Is that too light? I don't want to add blue to it. Oh, see, I like that. Ooh, I may be changing my mind again now. So, I like the fact that the dark colours pull the delicate colours forward. There's another piece of it. I know this is probably going to be a no, but actually let's get rid of these because they're distracting me. Let's put all of those to one side because I just want to play around with this for a second. Let's leave that one in the parking lot, should we say. I quite like that across there, so I'm just going to give that a quick snip. Now, normally with label paper, it sticks perfectly, but you know me, I'm always a bit nervous of stuff, so I'm just going to put some some glue stick onto the back of it, just because it will stick, but I just want to make sure it really does stick. So, and I quite like that slotted all the way in there. And I know I've just covered up the bonus prompt, but you know what? It was a bonus and I don't mind. If I really need to find out what it is, I can just look at my own video later on. I'm liking that down there as well. So let's just peel that off. My fingers got really, really sticky now, guys. So snip that little bit of whiteness away. I do think it's going to be incredibly interesting when we get to Christmas and I've done the last one and we look through, well, I look through, I don't know whether I'll be bringing you along or not, I might do, just to see how your eye for collage has changed, or my eye for collage has changed, how it's developed, or how I feel it's developed. I'm really liking this bit of black, but I think it might just be a bit too dramatic. Is that too predictable across there? Maybe a little piece there. Let's just take this off. And there's that blue again, isn't it? I don't want to be adding the blue to it. Maybe if I take just a little bit of this, where would that fit nicely? That would not look bad up there if I just popped a little bit of that in the corner. I might then have to put it somewhere else as well because it's got black in it, but let's just pop it on there. So, as I said, that's the joy of this. No one's judging me, except myself, of course. Let's slip that up there. There's something missing around here and I can't tell you what it is because I don't know. I wonder whether I need to just, that does look too dark, doesn't it? That maybe just that little bit there. No, I'm not going to do that. It's feeling wrong to do that. It feels like I'm forcing this design. Right, let's put that one aside. What else isn't on here that could be on here? I know, let's just take a couple of the numbers, just randomly, and take the black. And I'm just going to pull a couple of numbers out. I don't care which ones they are. Oh, okay, those four just made up their mind for me. I'm going to put them together in a block as if they are one complete stamp. And I'm just going to, now I'm hoping these are going to look a little vintagey because they're not perfectly stamped. Okay, I'm not upset by that. Let's just do and I'm thinking just one more down there. I think we're done. In fact, I know we're done because I'm not going to do any more. I will tidy up my desk afterwards because goodness knows I've made a complete and utter mess of it. Just clear these off a little bit. So let's pull this back into shot. Hopefully you can see the whole thing. So there you go. We covered all of the prompts, even the one I've hidden. It's ironic that the sticky note is there, but that's all you can see of it. Actually, that's a point I wanted to get rid of that, didn't I? Maybe I do need a piece. Let's peel this down and see how much of a piece I'd like. Maybe just the tiniest little bit of it. No, it does feel wrong. It absolutely feels wrong. Maybe a postage stamp. If in doubt, use a postage stamp. Well, I know most people say if in doubt, use a butterfly, but for some reason I go to postage stamps quite a lot. So, okay, we're looking for something that's going to go within the colour scheme. That's quite interesting. What's that? So I'm trying to get this stamp off here. Well, it's well and truly stuck down. I suppose I could cut it out of there. I mean, this, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. Actually, what about the little blue boy here? Would he be a option? There you go, that works perfectly for me. Right, let's glue him in there. You're allowed to add anything else you want, and I want something in there, and I think that suits me fine. That actually brings it all together for me. I'm loving that. Okay, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. As normal, I've got to share my social media links. Love to see you on any of those, wherever you want. Like them, follow them, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would be fabulous if you came on my journey with me. And this is me saying goodbye, Ceri the Crafter, C-E-R-I the Crafter. Goodbye for now. See you for the next one.